are faced with, particularly those who are homeless, those who are hungry. And these are also would classify as people in the front line. And the key issue here is why have these frontline activists not been identified as far as the vaccine rollout is concerned? Because as much as healthcare workers are exposed in hospitals, in clinics, and whether in their surgeries as well, these frontline activists are also putting their lives on the line. They're also putting their health on the line because we see it. We see it over and over again where many of these activists come into contact with hundreds, sometimes thousands of people a day in and day out. So this is a question that we are raising, and this is something for us to think about as we are joined this morning by Imtiaaz Sayed, who is the chairperson of eThekwini Secure. Imtiaaz, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Welcome and jazakallah for this, for coming on this morning once again. Now, Imtiaaz, obviously, I have made mention of frontline activists versus frontline healthcare workers, and the split statement I have made is as much as healthcare workers are exposed and are at risk as far as this pandemic is concerned, and we know they've been earmarked first for vaccines. Where does this put people like frontline activists, NGOs, and many community-based organizations who are in contact and are in danger all the time as well?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I think before we even get into the issue of the vaccine, it should speak to government recognizing the efforts of those NGOs and NPOs that are out there doing the work every single day. And that's basically on a voluntary basis and with at no cost to government in itself. And we should also be looking at the impact that it has made in actually pushing back this virus and saying, we're not going to let this spread any further or do anything or do any more harm to our communities at large. But being said, I'm saying if the vaccines roll out and government has said that it goes to the frontline workers and it's only 1 million vaccines, I can tell you now in no uncertain terms that doesn't cover in anywhere near the frontline workers that we do have. And if we're talking about, the nurses, the doctors, the the healthcare cleaning staff, I think those are the most important ones because they're in direct contact, and then you come into your police services and everyone else. So that the 1 million vaccines that have come in is really not even a dent in what it's going to now do to us. And I think we're all putting our faith in, 1 million vaccines. We have 58 million people in this country. So we're still in the same place where we were. What is the way forward and what are we doing moving forward? So those are the first questions we're asking ourselves. As much as frontline workers in our burial services, in our voluntary organizations and all of that would actually benefit from actually having the vaccine. We've seen plenty of our activists die simply by doing community work, and it was for no gain or anything like that. And yes, we as organizations give them the recognition that they deserve, but something needs to be done in terms of government fully understanding who's working in what spaces and giving them the recognition and if the support that they might now require because of donor fatigue, because we're all running on basics at the moment because we've been in it for so long.
Yes, and Imtiaaz, the question is, is government actually aware of these frontline NGOs, activists, or have they even given it thought that these are people that we need to be thinking about?
There is the social. I sit on a WhatsApp group with the whole different organizations here in Durban, right? And it's the Corporate Governance and Traditional Affairs group run by that department in itself. And basically what I see on there is basically what they as government feel that needs to be done. And then they ask for assistance from the NPOs and NGOs. And whether they're getting those NPOs and NPOs are actually getting the recognition for that is something that I still question up to date. Because it seems as though government is doing all of these things, but the NGOs are in fact doing it. And these things need to be clarified and people need to know that it isn't government that's helping them, it's government that might be coordinating their efforts, but it's actually the NPOs and NGOs, and it's civil society at large that now support these NPOs and NGOs that now speak to these things. there needs to be recognition to the communities that are actually supporting people in these times.
Well, Imtiaaz, this is something that we're going to keep our eye open on. Just unfortunately, time obviously is of the essence, and we have run out of time. But this is something that we will be exploring, hopefully, inshallah, next
Yeah.
week or in the next week's edition in a lot more detail with the eThekwini Secure. But for now, we thank you. We say Jazakallah for your time.
I think just before you close, I'd just like to. I got a call this morning from some person I won't mention. But apparently there's been a court order to say that now ivermectin can be used by doctors moving forward. And I think that would relieve a great deal of stress from us as NPOs and NGOs moving forward, because we've seen it work. We know it works. It works every single day.
Well, Jazakallah for that as well. Imtiaaz, all the best to you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Imtiaaz Sayed, chairman of eThekwini Secure, with us this morning. The time is just gone 9 a.m. We're headed for the news. A lot more to come about. After we get back, we'll be talking with Dr. Aslam Datsu, talking about SEPRA. And some are saying that the decision on ivermectin is irrational, which sets a dangerous precedent. We're also talking with Daryl Bradford-Smith this morning with regard to French elections and this new ban on hijab from one of the presidential candidates, Marine Le Pen, and our own Dudu Kapu will be in studio with us. So quite a bit to come. Stay with us and don't go away.
Connect and stay ahead with Salam Media. This is Salam Media coming to you live from South Africa.
I wanna feel you too. I wanna see the sunrise and my sins just forgive me. Light it up, oh my love, I'll be up tonight. Wanna make it up for all my wrongs I tried. Never let me be alone. Stay with me from dusk till dawn. Stay with me from dusk till dawn. Robbie, you right, yeah. I'll hold you when things go wrong. Stay with me from dusk till dawn. Stay with me from dusk till dawn. Robbie, you right. Stay with me from dusk till dawn. Robbie, you right. My door's a shut, but you present inside each room. My face is down on the carpet. I found a way that fits. I can feel where the wind is. I can feel it through all of the windows inside each room. But I cannot touch you, Robbie, and I wanna feel you too. I wanna see the sunshine and my sins just forgiven. Light it up, oh my love, I'll be up tonight. Wanna make it up for all my wrongs I tried. Never let me be alone. Stay with me from dusk till dawn. Stay with me from dusk till dawn. Robbie, you right, yeah. I'll hold you when things go wrong. Stay with me from dusk till dawn. Stay with me from dusk till dawn. Robbie, you right. Inside each room, my face is down on the carpet. I found a way that fits. I can feel where the wind is. I can feel